Zebec's going to be doing this. Nothing I say is financial advice. However, very recently they said how they're looking forward to attending the next NACHA Innovation Alliance meeting in Tampa, Florida, of course, right? Also, that's going to be on February 18th. Why do I think it's pretty cool? Well, it's because not only could they probably go to the Busch Gardens in Tampa, which is pretty fun, but we'll wait and see if they're going to do that, but actually also at the same time, we have to kind of consider how NACHA seems to be something pretty impressive. And I think by Zebec doing this, I think it kind of showcases the kind of foresight that they have because they could have some networking opportunities here. But besides that point, we take a look at NACHA. If we take a look at it just kind of in simple terms, right? NACHA governs the thriving ACH network. Now, the thing is this. In 2025, if we take a look at the ACH network, it had over 35 billion ACH payments. Like what? That's ridiculous in my perspective. I mean that in a pretty cool way though, because that's really impressive actually. So if I take a look at, for instance, something like Zebec, it's pretty cool because again, Tampa is really awesome. And also on top of that, we take a look at, it's going to be on February 18th. Now people like to say, okay, like who cares about that because the space overall isn't doing the best. Okay, I'm totally aware of this. And I'll talk about the price real quick when it comes to ZBCN actually. But when I take a look at ZBCN being around 48 times lower than 10 cents approximately as of right now, like that's not such a major concern for me because I'm not worried about, these moments like right now, for instance, because I'm just looking to dollar cost average. So in theory, the lower something is and I could dollar cost average hypothetically maybe more, am I going to be complaining about that? I'm not actually. But I don't want it to be low forever, but for the meantime, I'm not going to complain. However, also on top of that, some people like to say, oh, ZBCN had this slight recovery, then it had kind of a pullback. Personally, for me, my time horizon isn't days, it's not weeks, it's not months either. It's going to have to maybe be years because I'm dollar cost averaging once a month. It's more so of a slow grind. That's the way you take a look at it. It's more so of a trickle. It's not really a stream. That's my perspective. But that's kind of the analogy that I would have. However, also on top of that, if I take a look at Zebec, people like to tell me, well, who's really going to care about this? Well, again, if Zebec attends, let's say, an event or a meeting or whatever, like a conference, whatever the case may be, I'm just using this as a broad example, that right there could again maybe give more opportunities when it comes to Zebec to maybe have new partnerships, maybe to have new partners in general, maybe collaborate on new ideas, or let's say maybe collaborate with another partner to do something different, or let's say revolutionary. We just don't know, right? There's a lot of possibilities, but at least it also kind of puts them in the door, right? It kind of puts them in the presence and maybe Simon, the CEO or something like that, or just let's say anyone in the team, if let's say they do attend, they could talk about Zebec, right? They can say, oh, you know what? Zebec has an aspect of ISO 20022. Do you know that? And then maybe they're like, oh, wow, we didn't know that. And then maybe it could spark up a conversation. Or maybe they could say, hey, we're from Zebec. We're working on this and that. We're working on payrolls and all this, trying to make it pretty cool and all this. I think that right there could kind of indirectly maybe foster new partnerships. So this is why I don't think it's such a bad thing after all. It's not a waste of resources in my perspective. Granted, going to Tampa, people like to say, okay, why are they going to waste the resources? But you know what? Whatever, right? Hotel fees, Airbnb or something like that on top of eating out and then travel. You know what? I think sometimes hypothetically may be worth it considering what opportunities maybe could be had in terms of partnerships further down the line. So I don't see this as such a bad thing after all. However, people like to tell me again, how long are we going to have to wait? Now, I can't control this. I'm also waiting. Keep in mind, ZBCN has over 90,000 holders. I'm just one person. I'm waiting alongside over 90,000 other people. And also in the grand scheme of things, there's over 600 million owners within this whole space overall, not just when it comes to ZBCN, of course, right? Again, this whole space overall. Okay, so I'm waiting alongside over 600 million other individuals. What can I do? Am I going to do 100 push-ups out of frustration? No, that's not going to do anything, even though, personally, it would be pretty good exercise for me, but I'm just saying, it's not going to change or affect this space in any way. So when I take a look at something like that, I know that I can't do anything about this, which is why I'm just staying patient, dollar cost averaging once a month, and that's it. You know, the usual. That's what I like to call it. It's just the usual routine. I treat this like a routine, just dollar cost averaging once a month, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but that's just what I do. It's been Lee the Captain, and I hope you all have a very nice day. I'm out. Peace. Bye.